Welcome to As I See It. Today, we're going to talk about performance reviews at law firms, and specifically the part of the performance reviews where you're expected to say something about yourself. My spouse and I refer to this sarcastically as the I love me memo, but I'm sure most of you have other choice descriptors as well. And I can completely understand why the I love me memo gets a bad rap. First, it takes time that you generally don't have. You're busy. Second, it's like, hey, partners, you're the ones handing out the assignment. Don't you already know what I do for you? Third, it's kind of a nightmare. So many ways to do harm. You can either overstate or understate. And also, you're writing for an audience that already knows you. And yet, you need to learn to not just tolerate, but to actually love the I love me memo. Here's why. Partners don't remember what you did, particularly if you work for multiple partners. So a lot of work that you've put in that you should get credit for could go unseen if you don't actually bring it to their attention. Also, non-billable work doesn't often show up completely in the reports that get generated that feed into the evaluation system for partners to use. So it may say something like, you've done 100 pro bono hours, but it doesn't give any context. It doesn't give any sense of importance. And it doesn't explain how the work that you did also meets the firm's objectives. And speaking of the firm's objectives, the I Love Me memo is a great opportunity to demonstrate that you understand the assignment. And to the extent that you don't, it's a great opportunity to have a conversation about aligning your goals and the firm's. And finally, the I Love Me memo is an opportunity to feed other people talking points about you. Now, you may be going, wait a minute, what? What part of the assignment is that? But it is part of the assignment and an important one. Part of your job as a professional is to cultivate a professional reputation. And your reputation are all the things that people say about you when you're not in the room. Those things should be a part of your I Love Me memo. If you want the partners who work with you, when talking to other influential partners, to say certain kinds of things about you, then you need to feed them their lines. So how do you actually do this? How do you advocate for yourself in an objective and yet complimentary way? Luckily, that part is relatively easy. The switch you have to flip is that the I Love Me memo is not actually about what you do. It's about how what you do meets the objective of your clients and the firm and your team. Also, this is why puffing in your I Love Me memo is uniquely unnecessary, as well as just being a bad idea. Everything you do can be impactful, even if you were the fifth person on a six-person case. Maybe you didn't run discovery on the matter, but you managed several key productions that demonstrated the firm's technical capabilities and saved the client a lot of time and money. You need to be specific about what you do, but you also need to provide context about how your work is making extra value for the firm and its clients. And then you need to make sure that what you're saying is easily relayed to other people. You want this to be a cut and paste job for your partners. As a busy partner, I know I had no problem being fed my lines as long as those lines were accurate and they served the purpose. In sum, if you have the opportunity to do an I Love Me memo, do it. If you don't know whether or not you have the opportunity, find out. And if there's no formal mechanism for submitting an I Love Me memo, do it informally. Make a one-pager, no more, with your work highlights, concisely stated and with context, and give it to the partners that you know will be evaluating you. Done well, it will be incredibly helpful to you and to them and will be much appreciated.